question these guys in this medic unit.
Stranded. We're waiting for, there's not enough helicopters. There's not enough avenues of the way. You talk about boats, you get in a boat, you may go 50 yards and you're going to hit concrete again. So there's no way of getting, we're having to wait till we can find a way. The people in St. Bernard Parish, they say they're still on rooftops and they're clinging on to everything they can trying to get help. We've got 100 wildlife and fishery guys up here that are broken-hearted, because they have the equipment and the abilities to go in and get those people, and they're going to bring them to us. They can't even get into the parish. So it's a way that we just need to pray for these people, pray for our workers, and hope that we can do what we can. I know there's some of you that just like to just branch off, run out there and do it yourself. It's not going to happen. We have a unified command here. We're going to stick with it. We're going to go the distance. Time to take any problems up will be later, and we're going to do the best we can. I hope y'all understand from my standpoint, and I'll promise you everybody else will you kind of know how it might have felt when you got to the towers in New York City. Guys thought they were going to go in there and rescue people. You had the ability, you just couldn't do it. Right now we have the ability, but we can't do it, whether it's allowed or disallowed. They have a reason, and I'm sure they will explain the reason.
Same, but throughout the afternoon.
Really?
Yeah. 90% of the Coast Guard 3 times.
Yeah, they hadn't made it back that far toward Canada at all. I haven't seen them at all there.
At this rate, another hour, maybe two. Mm-hmm. These tubes are going to be
under.
Situated just north of downtown New Orleans, which is, as you said, just behind me. It's about 2 miles away, but you can't get there from here. You can't get there from anywhere around here, as a matter of fact. In fact, the part of the city that everybody knows, so let me show you this shot over here. We're driving up and down 6 Dallas Street. And it's rising up.
can spend this much money on something like this and have it fail the first shot, the first time it gets a chance to prove something and do something for the people. What's it doing? It's laying there and it's dead. And it bothers me because the first thing I have to think about being in Louisiana is how many hands we're in the pie. Why isn't it working? Who's going to take the heat for something like this? This is ridiculous, you know, it really is.
Well, it's a lot of heat. 40,000 homes. That's just the first ballpark estimate of flooding.
Well, that, you know, we can't blame this on the rest of the system. But this should be dry. This is brand new. This is not old. It's not decrepit. There's nothing wrong with it. And my tax dollars are paying for this. And, you know, I'd like some answers. I'm sure we're going to get some, but I don't know if they're going to be valid. We're going to get some answers.
Right. Okay. Hey, let me get your name again.
It's Wayne Higgins.
Wayne Higgins.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Wayne. Thank you.
Okay, my daddy, he had just built a new home and he wasn't trusting it too much, so he had us in the automobile during the storm. And after the storm, he took us out, took me out to look at all the damage and so on, and the high water and so on. So yes, I have. I've seen David Drive. Are you familiar with the Snake Farm station, the power station?
No.
Okay, that's right by David Drive. They call it the Snake Farm station because that's where the Snake Farm used to be. Okay, and I remember seeing that. And David Drive underwater. Actually, everything on both sides of Airline Highway were underwater at that time.
What storm was that?
47. It wasn't named. The storm for 47.
Wow. So
it was
Camille and all of those.
The 47 storm is what I remember most because I was involved with that. And I was involved with Betsy, but you know, Betsy again didn't affect me. It affected people in the Ninth Ward and down that way. So I wasn't really affected by it. It was a shame, and you hate to see something like that, but I wasn't personally affected.
Okay. Thank you very much, man. I really.
Damn it. Yeah. No. stuff going down right now. Basket coming up.
mom and my animal and this pet out of there.
Oh, man. All right, glad to see you okay. James Rose at Fox 4 News.
Adam Woods, my pleasure, James.
Tell me, what was it like?
It was pure hell. The lady my mother's a caregiver for refused to leave, and my mom is her only advocate or crutch, and you know, I couldn't leave my mom, so I did what I had to do, and I never thought, and they never thought, that that water would rise to the point where we were up in the attic. So there was nothing to do, but you know, fortunately, I heard the guys, I bust through the dormer, the vent in the roof, and I had a big pink robe, and I heard those guys circling, and I got up on that roof and did what I had to do, play warrior. You know, the bottom line, you know, until I'm dead, I'm alive, and I'm gonna do everything I can to save myself. It's that simple.
And my boy, the lady out, huh?
Mandela, this is the second time I've rescued him and freed him. That's why I named him Mandela. It's the second time around, and I couldn't go anywhere without my dog, bro.
What was the ride like, man? Was it scary getting in that basket?
No, not at all. I'm a warrior. I just said that. But it was, you know, pure hell in regards to worrying about my mom. And this other lady, she's been so close to the family for so long. She's just like a mother to me, and she's the one who literally talked my mom into staying, and I couldn't leave my mother.
Right.
So, you know.
How high did the water get in the house?
All the way to the roof.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Right. And the guys told me, come on, Mandela, come on, be a good baby.
And what were you saying?
It got up to the roof. And we were in the attic.
Whoa, no. He wants away from you. No more helicopter for me.
From about midday until the time I saw these guys, which was 40 minutes ago. So we were up there for about 6 hours trying to get as comfortable as possible, which was pretty rough when you're in the attic, walking on beams, trying not to fall through. And neither one of them could swim, so it would have been a real chaotic situation.
Oh my God.
What street are you on back there?
Sharon Drive, right behind State Police Troop B, 232 Sharon Drive. Have there been many people in distress?
I don't know, man. We're not getting any word. What was going through your mind when you first saw those choppers? Or you heard them, I guess, right?
They saw me. I was up on that roof with that pink robe, getting a tired arm. You hear what I'm telling you? I had to switch hands. But we did what we had to do. That's the bottom line. Let's try this way. Come on, Mandela. There's no reason to be afraid now. You're on solid ground, baby. That's snug enough for him. He's not going to go any place. Ooh, thank you, guys. You're right on time. Man, this is another test. And I came through, and I feel great about it. I'm nobody's saint, but I do believe. Let me tell you. And I had my prayers going a little bit there and worrying about mom and them, you know, but I wanted to leave, bro, but I couldn't leave my mom. It's that simple.
It was just you and your mom in the house? Or?
No, it's the lady that my mom is the caregiver for, who was the one who more or less laid down the law that she didn't want to leave, and didn't want to leave her animal and her little dog, and my mom is going to literally go her way because they're that close. They're the only thing literally each other have, so I couldn't leave them there, bro.
When did the water, what kind of increments did the water come up in? Right away, just real fast, or how was it coming up?
At one time, the house was actually a very good seal because I could see the level outside was above the way it was inside. And it started seeping through the door sills, and I actually held it back for quite a while with some yardsticks because it was, you could hear it hissing through the seams of the door, and I used a yardstick to really slow it down. But once it started coming in, it started coming, and it was rising real fast to the point where my mom has 2 artificial knees. And this lady fell through that attic, never had the surgery, and her foot is literally mangled, so she can't really be 100% mobile. And she's not very active as it is, so the struggle through that water really had tested her stability or her stamina. That's the word I'm looking for, not stability, but it was really tough. And but just
How'd
getting
you
up,
get them
just
on
getting
the
up
roof,
that,
man?
After I knocked that dormer out, fortunately I had a hatchet. I chopped the beam that was directly across the center of that dormer, which would have stopped them from getting through it. So once I did that and built a little platform so that they wouldn't step into the sheetrock and go through the ceiling, that they could step up. And the guy, Dave, with the Coast Guard, he was, man, he was like a brother. And the guy was very calming, very pleasant, and I'm a warrior, so we went hand in hand. So, you know, thank God I'm standing on this I-10, 610 split right now.
What's your name again?
Adam Joseph James Woods Sr. A very lucky man, and feel like a true warrior to have come through this with bells on to save my mom and that lady, because literally I saved him. If they'd have stood there and we got into an argument earlier and I told her, bring me home. But I wasn't going anywhere, bruh. I was mad, but I wasn't gonna leave my mom.
How many more people like you think are stuck?
I don't know, bro. If it was up to me, we'd have been in Pensacola by my... Who I know she couldn't...
Did you tell the Coast Guard?
Yes, I did, and I don't know if they passed that word on, but I know because she tried to come over earlier, and the front door was sealed from swelling from the water. I went around to try, because she wanted to check on us to let her in, but when I opened the door that separates the garage from the kitchen, it was like I had opened up a dam. The water was pushing in so hard. So I knew not to go any further, and I closed the door and told her to tell her to go back home. And I haven't heard from her since, which I imagine she's back there. Boy, I snagged myself on a nail. I could feel my shoulder bleeding. But anyway, she's probably still in there, and that's right across the street from 232. So I hope she's high and dry. But Dave told me that one of these levees had broken, and they expect all of this to be underwater within another hour or so. So hopefully somebody, if I had to go back with him to get her out of there, and you know, make her acknowledge that it's somebody she knows that's dead. Something